The first topic for today.
Yes, indeed. Security situation in Nigeria has become somewhat worrisome for some citizens, coupled with kidnappings here and there across the country. While the nation still awaits the return of the over 200 schoolgirls kidnapped in Chibok, over a year now, going to 2 years.
Almost two.
By
2 years next month.
2 years next month in Chibok, Borno State. Gunmen on Monday struck somewhere in Lagos and took away some students as well. A sad incident, but the police say they are on top of it and they're going to do that. In Mile 12, a couple of days back, clashes here between the residents. This person did that person did that. Someone said, how can't we learn to live together? Do we need to have law enforcement around for us to be able to live together? Communal clashes in Agatu, Benue State, Fulani herdsmen against farmers. So the entire country, there seem to be one security situation or the other. Insurgency, armed robbery,
kidnappings,
residents living together, clashes here and there.
No, we hear there's another one in Orile overnight. So there seems to be no. And why is all this happening now? We've always lived together peacefully. So what is the issue now?
What roles can the citizens play to ensure that we get back to that point where we can live together? The traditional institutions, the leadership at all levels, what roles can they play to get us back together as we used to be? Fortunately, we have some people in the house. We have a lawyer. We have retired military personnel who are into security right now, and they will help us. Group Captain Felix Ihanacho, retired Group Captain Felix Ihanacho, a counterterrorism consultant. Thank you for coming.
Thank you very much indeed.
Also here is retired Colonel Yami Dare, security expert. Thank you for coming.
Thank you very much.
And a lawyer, Tony Dania. Thank you for coming.
Good morning. Thank you.
So we're going to be looking at the legal side and then the actual issues of security. So let me begin with you, good Captain Ihanacho. An overview of the entire situation of security in the country. What's your take?
Well, obviously, it's as good as everybody else knows it. It's worrisome. People feel that there's a general sense of insecurity, as exemplified with what is recent happenings, for example, in Lagos right now, not to talk about what's going on in Benue State. So the overall picture is actually quite disturbing, and we need, as a nation, to first of all acknowledge that this is the true situation, and secondly, do something about it.
Is it, Colonel Dare, is it a true situation indeed? I mean, communal clashes or residents clashing is not exactly new, but we were still able to live together. I'm not talking about. Let's look at that side first before we go to the part of the armed robbers and kidnappers and all of that. But communal clashes and residents clashing against each other, is it something new?
I don't believe that it's something new. I believe it's something that has been happening. It's just that the magnitude, the extent to which it is happening now is just, worrisome.
It's escalating.
It's escalating. Mm-hmm. And my take is that can also be ascribed to, to our development, our sophistication in terms of, technology. And then, of course, the social malaise of corruption, and people, people being, not having a fair share, of what you expect to be proper development, I mean,
the Commonwealth,
so to speak, yes.
Yeah, staying with you, what's this new fad then of kidnapping monarchs and kidnapping young girls? essay is a case in point.
Yes.
And we hear of 3 students kidnapped in the course of the week from a secondary school in Lagos.
Yes.
Well, in Lagos State.
Yes.
And then we also hear of several other girls who have been taken from their parents and taken to various places.
Yes.
One from Benue, who's supposed to be in Sokoto, and stuff like. What is this? I mean, what is the meaning of all that?
Yes. Like I said earlier, first, some miscreants, believe that the fastest means of making money these days is through kidnapping, because once a loved one, is kidnapped, I mean, there's panic, and you want to go to any length to get your loved one back home, especially when the kidnappers too, they have the mobile phones. They are locked in somewhere, and then calling and asking for ransom, and of course they are also open to negotiation. First they start with a big sum, and then they start coming down. And
Well, they can still negotiate for a male child. Why is it always the girl child?
Well, the girl child, that has its own social factor. Like the essay one. I mean, I would say that even up until now, the coast is not really. We are not truly.
The picture is
in
not
the
very
picture
clear.
is not very clear. You wake up, you hear the side of the story. You wake up, you hear that side of the story. So it's not really clear. I mean, once it was said that Esther said, "Oh, I enjoy living with my lover," and then you hear another, from the parents saying that, "Oh, she was hypnotized," so all sorts of. But the bottom line is that, I mean, it is not what we should, be experiencing. And of course, talking about the recent kidnapping in Korodu, I believe that it's a wake-up clarion call on people who run schools now, both government and then private school proprietors, to deploy security, especially CCTVs, and then even the perimeter, walls, because some of the schools, some of them are not even fenced, so anybody can just stroll into the compound, or even the students themselves, they are exposed, they are encouraged to just stroll out of school and what have you. You see a beautiful gate, but it's not fully fenced, So it's just all facade, just make believe. So I believe that we all have a lot to do.
Mr. Dari.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Dania. Escalating. But what is being done on the other side? What's your take?
Well, we already know about the security challenges we are faced with. We should be looking at solution. I think we have ballets and we have chiefs or titled persons like ballets in other parts of the country. A ballet is supposed to be somebody in charge of a particular community in a wider area, while we have the Oba in an urban community. They should do their job. They are just collecting money. Then we have heads of ethnic groups in almost everywhere. We have the Seriki Hausa, we have the Ezes, the Igbos, and there are social groups, all around. I think government should exploit this. The Seriki Hausa and the Bale, for instance, the